Let's do an also. What do you think?
What was that?
An also. Like
Also?
continuing what we were talking about earlier.
Oh, okay.
We've been here 20 years.
Yeah.
And I remember back in 2017, the lady next door, the nuisance neighbor, somebody was breaking in through the back. It was early in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And Teddy was barking.
I was like, why is the dog barking so loud?
And then I hear crash, like crack, crack, crack. You know, it was like a real loud. I mean, it was super loud. And when I look, I see the guy all in a hoodie. He had, like, it looked like saran wrap around his arms. You know, like the wrist area.
Yeah, I seen him.
He also had purple gloves.
And he was covering his face.
He was covering up completely. So we called the cops.
Yeah, and the dog kept on going nuts, like bananas.
Right.
And he managed to kick the door, the first door.
He didn't kick the second one.
He was inside. I heard him kicking. I didn't know what he was doing. And the police was called immediately.
Right.
Then he ran because the dog was just like...
It was like too much.
Crazy.
Yeah. Not once did she thank us for that.
Right.
Not once did she say thank you so much. And it happened early in the morning.
Yes, I remember. And
okay.
I remember when the police came. He was sitting in the front of the house. And I came up to him and I told him, yeah, this is the house they were trying to break in. And the officer said, well, I don't see nothing going on. And I told the officer, would you get out of the car and go check in the back? Because he was breaking in the back and somebody could be laying there bleeding.
Yeah, he could attack somebody. I mean, we don't know.
And the officer looked at me and he got out of the car.
Right.
And he actually went back there. And then he came up to me and he goes, you was right. Someone broke in the first door.
It's like, I don't know.
Sometimes they couldn't get through the second door.
That's why I say, you know, it's like they try to set you up. And it just feels that way.
I'm like, I called, we called the police.
Why call the police?
We were being neighborly.
Yeah.
We called the police. And if it wasn't for our dog, that person would have got in the house.
Oh, and what about across the street? The one with the aunt coming over here to block our driveway.
Oh, yeah.
His daughter, her car was right in front of our house. This was way back in like before even 2010. And some guy was breaking into her car.
I heard the thumping.
He crashed. It was like a brick.
And he was trying to
reached in there. He was wearing, because I remember we looked out the window. He was a tall guy too. He was wearing a black shirt. No,
he was not that tall.
I think it was a white shirt with black pants. We called the cops.
And I described them.
And they caught him.
They caught him in the alley.
Right. Down the street, like going towards the gas station.
Yeah, that was the guys, what happened today.
Right.
With the block in the driveway. And we were being neighborly. We called. He grabbed whatever he grabbed in that car. We called immediately.
Right.
And we described them. And the officers were driving through the alley.
Right.
And they caught the guy.
Yeah. And this is the way we get treated.
Yeah.
We're the ones being neighborly. We're the ones watching out for people. If something's happening around us, we call.
Yeah.
We've done all that.
Yeah. We did.
And you know, the shooting situation that happened maybe a few houses down, it was loud. I thought one of the people, maybe a couple houses down, because if it was that loud over here, I could imagine being right next to them over there. Not one person called.
Right.
Now why didn't they call?
I don't know. But I never got...
But they're waiting for us to call all the time?
I never got not one of them coming up to me and saying,
thank you.
Thank you for calling the police. The owner of that building, Hezekiah, he never came up to me and told me, thank you. I saw them coming over and they boarded up the back.
Yeah.
And none of them ever came to say thank you. But they're quick to block my driveway.
Oh, yeah. And also we got the flags in the front. It seems like it's bothering people, the flags. You know, we got the American flag, we got the Palmilla flag, and we got the Puerto Rican flag. We got all three flags, okay? And it seems like every time people walking by, it seems like their face changes, like they don't like what they're looking at. I don't know which flag is bothering them, but they seem to be really bothered by it, you know?
Well,
but today I'm ticked off. I'm really ticked off.
I just can't believe that we're being neighborly. And to me, it feels like they're blocking the driveway because it's only happening in our driveway.
It's only happening to us
practically. She parked
yeah.
across the street. She didn't block those driveways.
Yeah.
So
and she's all like, "Oh, I just want to be here for 10 minutes."
And why would you let her walk all the way from there to the house? My mother is in her 80s.
Right.
And when my mom parks, I open the door for her and I grab her by the arms and I say, "Come on, Mom." You know, and I walk with her to the house.
Yeah, because that's what a son does. He helps his mother.
Right.
But it seems like, why didn't they help her? Why didn't her husband come and help her?
Yeah, and then she walked alone in the car.
Yeah.
Went before she left, and the guy came later on.
Yeah.
Like, you let your wife, I know she's in her 80s because she's about the same age as my mom. But I wouldn't let my mom do that.
Oh, but she can drive, right? I asked the guy, does she got dementia? He goes, no, she don't got dementia. That's what he told me.